worth about $1,500, where I could go and cash it in at just about any coin shop in America for cash, but I'm going to try to sell it to some random people, see if they want to get a good deal on gold today. Trying to get some extra money to pay my cell phone bill, so I'm selling my 1 ounce gold maple leaf coin.
That's all right.
Are you interested?
No, not really.
It's a $50 Canadian maple leaf.
No,
Offering it for half price today, $25.
no, that's good. I'm good.
I just, you can go right into the Encinitas coin shop and we can verify that it's real.
Value? No, I'm good. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm just curious, why wouldn't you be interested in
I'm just not interested in it.
that? But specifically, why wouldn't you be?
I just have no interest.
I mean, who needs a bunch of gold coins laying around, right? Hello. Having a special today on 1 ounce gold coins. It's a $50 Canadian maple leaf solid 1 ounce gold coin, offering it today for half price, $25.
No thanks.
Why wouldn't you be interested?
I don't need any gold coins.
Don't need any for $25?
Nope.
I'll go with you into.
Welcome back to the channel. Guys, I hope you're having a great day. And we wanted to start the video off with an excerpt from the Mark Dice show. We'll try to leave a full link in the description. And it was a very interesting experiment where Mark Dice attempted to sell what was $1,500 worth of gold to the public, and the public wasn't interested in acquiring the gold, despite they were standing right next to a goldsmith, a shop where they could have went in, and these people could have probably literally got about $1,500 for getting that gold coin from him for like $25. I thought that was quite interesting, because when we compare that to cryptocurrency, a lot of what's happening with cryptocurrency is the idea of this being valuable to people in the future, to people who haven't been onboarded yet, people who haven't come into cryptocurrency yet. And, are these people understanding what cryptocurrency is, what great benefits it could have for them in the future? I think in a similar fashion, what we get from what happened with the in the Mark Dice show was that to the people he was approaching on the streets, gold didn't really have a lot of value to them because in their everyday lives, they don't use gold for anything, right? If they go to their local supermarkets, shopping areas, they go to pay bills. They don't use gold, and even if they had gold, there are not many places that accept gold, right, as a direct payment. And I think this is paramount to understanding some of the hurdles and obstacles we have in cryptocurrency, and that in cryptocurrency, what you're going to have is you're basically going to have, I think that same type of psychology in dealing with people onboarding into cryptocurrency, really understanding what it's about and how it's going to benefit them. And so I think that's very important to where we're going. How do we put cryptocurrency in a sense where people can see the true value in it and it be something that is prosperous to them? Well, one big issue is that if we're not using gold, what are we using? It's generally currencies, right? Currencies are creating the most economic prosperity because that value is able to transition from one hand to another. Velocity of money is able to create more value through this transaction. And so this is the type of economic prosperity that people can understand. To kind of put it into perspective, if you if we were to take a look at something like the world before credit cards, right? Before credit cards, uh, people had less economic prosperity than they do after credit cards, right? Because credit cards extended people credit all across the country, all across the globe, and this allowed them to be in certain situations in order to be able to gain more economically, right? Where they needed to be advanced some credit or cash to start a business or to fix their house repairs. This would create more economic prosperity. The same thing kind of occurs with currencies, I think, versus a store value idea. Where the currencies change in so many hands, now more people have it. There's more economic prosperity. One huge problem with gold was that it wasn't enough to go around, right? And so what they try to do, they would try to create money from actually gold dust, right? Gold specks of dust. And they tried those things, but the rarity of gold to mine gold was just so labor intensive that they just couldn't do that. So I think that was all very important, just understanding the difference between when a cryptocurrency is acting like a currency over it being just a speculative store of value, right? So let's move on to talk about some updates with the Bitcoin MYK project. I thought that was very important because when we look at cryptocurrency and its actual usefulness, uh, what people are going to want to use is something that's more faster on transactions. It's more it's going to be more cheaper on the fees, right? And we know some cryptocurrencies, the major ones like Bitcoin, Ethereum, are anything but that. They're very expensive, right? Also, I just want to add in this example was excuse me, add that um, gold is traded a lot less than many fiat currencies of the world, right? The U.S. dollar and the euro, they trade more than gold, a lot more. They're the most traded, highly traded assets in the world. And they're changing a lot more hands. That's creating a lot more economic prosperity. So now you get a very big understanding of currencies and why they're so much more valuable than the idea of store of value. So who ends up with gold? Who's going to end up with a lot of Bitcoin and so on and so forth? That's going to be a lot of rich people, a lot of institutions, a lot of companies, right? Much like what we just saw at the start of this video, you're probably not going to come across a lot of people who are storing gold, who are using gold, and so gold is going to probably be used more to preserve capital of very wealthy people, and so on and so forth. Used in the idea of a apocalyptic world, right? A world that none of us would want to live in, even if we had gold. And so that's all very interesting. But I thought that was very important to get into now our Bitcoin MYK updates, talk about the rise in prices of the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar. And that's all very important because I feel that cryptocurrency needs to understand those things to really advance like it should. So let's talk about some updates on the Bitcoin MYK site. It has taken a more of a forum-like site where you can post and do various things. But we've also connected to the Facebook API. So that's going to be very important, I think, with 2.5 billion users on Facebook. You're gonna want to be able to, especially in cryptocurrency, many of us would like to see more people exit out of some of these platforms and into cryptocurrency. We need to make an easy way for them to do that. People who are especially new to cryptocurrency onboarding, these are going to be things that are going to be familiar to them, and this is a way they can get on board. The other thing is going to be is getting a lot of people in. There's just such more room to grow, and how we're going to get these people in. What's going to be the incentive to get them in? You know, I think when you're in the cryptocurrency space, you're kind of in this bubble, and you're looking out, and you're kind of expecting people to value cryptocurrency like you do. But I think really what's happening is that it's more so we're going to have to show people the use of these cryptocurrency projects, right? And how they incentivize to participate. What is the benefit to it of them? And that's very difficult because a lot of people want you to come in their cryptocurrency projects. They want you to buy their cryptocurrencies. And they want you to invest in them, although these things haven't proven or really done anything that will benefit them. The on story is just speculation to no end, and hoping people can put their money in a gambling casino and get rich. And that's not seeming to work in cryptocurrency. Much of the investment that's going in it now is not from retail investors, it's from the institutions. People that cryptocurrency space fought very difficult or hard for in the beginning to keep out, and now that they own a large chunks of these very cryptocurrencies that they wish to protect, the Bitcoins and Ethereum, as it were. We believe the answer is going to lie in something called universal basic income. And what we've done is with the project, many people who follow the project know our connection that we've created this type of Bitcoin universal basic income hybrid. We believe universal basic income to be the ultimate mass adoption vehicle, airdrop that will get people using the cryptocurrency, wanting to be involved. And it's just a really hot topic going around the globe right now, especially with what to do with people being put out of work by COVID-19 and their businesses not doing very well. And so Bitcoin MYK is kind of combining the social network feature and idea with this mix of Bitcoin and universal basic income, which is going to provide income to people who are going to be displaced, right? Whether it be by automation or pandemics or what have you. This seems to be a very important time where we're going to need many economic viable solutions, right? So Bitcoin MYK is that project. Some of the updates we've done is the post and forum area and the FB Facebook API. You can start receiving your universal basic income cryptocurrency right away just by registering to the site and joining us. And we'll be glad to have you over there. Let me go ahead and I wanted to let's see, get over here to the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar and talk about some of the great things that's happened with it. All right, here on the Hive Engine site, the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar has now hit $1. Actually, $1.29. Its peg is at $1.29, but usually the peg holds, but there was a jump in the Hive token, Hive coin base pair here that's trading against. And when it goes up, of course, it pulled the Bitcoin MYK back dollar up quite a bit. It will adjust though, but it is now at $1.29. And that's quite amazing. The project was launched like a month ago. It's gained about 29% in gains. Basically what that translates to is that the network grew by about 29% last month, which is awesome, which is amazing. And the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar's inflation rate is tied directly to the growth of the network, right? So if it doesn't grow, the inflation doesn't kick in, which gives the holder more buying power. It's also, I think, the ultimate trading tool because it acts like a sort of like how the U.S. dollar works, how the U.S. dollar, I would say, prior to 1970, when the U.S. dollar was backed by gold, you can actually redeem it for gold. Bitcoin MYK backed dollars can actually be redeemed for the Bitcoin MYK token, which is of course the social network universal basic income project we believe will mass adopt with millions upon millions, potentially billions of people. And that network value is going and circulating back to the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar. When that happens, the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar holder, he has more buying power. He has more inflation. He can buy more stuff at this direct time. This kind of makes it the perfect trading tool because what it's saying is one big problem we have in cryptocurrency is we don't really know the value of this stuff, right? People keep speculating and speculating. But what is the true net value of these cryptocurrencies? It's hard to say with all this speculation. With Bitcoin MYK backed dollars, the margins are tight, there's high liquidity, and the growth rate is based on the network itself. And that's very important because we know there's a great correlation and connection between the network growth and the value of the cryptocurrencies, right? So without going too much into detail with the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar, because we have a many of the videos about Bitcoin and backed dollars, exactly how they work. We're just more so going to report in this video that they have reached $1.29, and they're definitely something you want to check out and try. The value is directly connected to the value and the growth of the network. My opinion makes it more better to use than Tether. You know, it's stable, but with Tether, we don't. You know, there's been issues, of course, with the auditing. It is backed by a fiat currency. We're not. We're backed by the network itself, something I think makes more sense. So very, very interesting project. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and you can learn more of the intricate details, right? So before I get out of here, let's send out our universal basic income payments. Let's see how that works. And you might want to register, start receiving yours as well. We think